You've heard the phrase, there are no small parts, only small actors. Well, Rick Hurst made sure of that. He wasn't the star of the Dukes of Hazzard. He wasn't the action hero, the leading man, or the Hollywood heartthrob. He was Cletus, Deputy Cletus Hogg. And somehow, we all remember him. Because Rick Hurst, whether he was stealing a scene or delivering a one-liner, knew exactly who he was and why he mattered. Today, we're diving into his story, not just as a tribute to a beloved character actor who passed away in June 2025, but as a masterclass in longevity, business, and building a brand without ever being the loudest voice in the room. Rick Hurst was born in 1946 in Houston, Texas. And let's be real, he didn't exactly burst onto the scene like a Hollywood comet. He studied psychology and acting, got a master's in performance, and like a lot of working actors in the 70s, started picking up bit parts. MASH, Sanford and Son, The Partridge Family. But here's the thing about Rick. He wasn't trying to be flashy. He was building something slower, something sturdier. He showed up, he did the job, and he made you remember him, not by stealing scenes, but by serving them. He was, in every sense of the word, a craftsman, not a celebrity, a working actor. Then came Cletus. The Dukes of Hazzard was a cultural wildfire. Fast cars, big hair, and Southern charm. But what made it special wasn't just the stunts or the theme song, it was the characters. Boss Hogg, Roscoe, and yes, Cletus. Rick brought Cletus to life with a warmth, a goofiness, a kind of lovable incompetence that made him instantly endearing. He wasn't just comic relief, he was part of the emotional glue of the show. And the genius of Rick Hurst? He knew how to play a fool without ever being the joke. Let's talk business, because here's what Rick Hurst figured out. 1. Build a character and you build a brand. Rick didn't chase roles. He made one role unforgettable. 2. Stay visible. Even decades after the show ended, he kept attending fan conventions, signing autographs, making people smile. He showed up, consistently. 3. Play the long game. Rick's career wasn't about getting hot, it was about staying warm. Always. He leaned into fan nostalgia, gave back to the community, and never stopped working. And in today's creator economy, that's gold. Rick Hurst teaches us something that entrepreneurs, content creators, and brand builders forget all the time. You don't need to be the center of attention to be unforgettable. You don't need to go viral. You need to be trusted. Your personality, your consistency, your tone of voice, that is your character. Rick made Cletus work because he knew who he was. He didn't fake it. He didn't overreach. He leaned into his strengths and stayed in his lane, brilliantly. That's not just acting, that's branding. Rick Hurst passed away at 79 years old, but his legacy? Still running reruns in the hearts of millions. He wasn't the lead, he wasn't the face on the billboard, but he was the soul in the background, the one that made the whole thing feel real. And in a world obsessed with fame and flash, that's rare. So, whether you're building a business, a channel, or a legacy, remember Rick Hurst, because being unforgettable doesn't mean being famous. It means being you, consistently. Thanks for listening. And Rick, thanks for the laughs and the lessons.